Squirrels! So hello, and welcome to another Legends of Runeterra video. My name is Chris, and today we are going through some more cards. Looks like we've got some Shadow Isles cards here, and then also, I believe, yes, some P and Z cards, it looks like, and some Demacia and Noxus. So we're going to go through them all. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to do it on this screen. The Mobalytics one seems to have not loaded them all. If it does, then I will go back to it. But here we have, well, let's start in this top left. So this looks like, the non-champion cards that we are getting this little set. And these can be quite powerful cards, by the way. You know, we've seen stress testing, we've seen like Jack the Winner come out and these kind of things. So it could be pretty good. So Bone Skewer, Bilgewater, 2 mana, fast. An ally strikes an enemy, then moves to the top of your deck. An ally strikes an enemy, then moves to the top of your deck. That is interesting. What would you currently want that for? It's kind of like a similar to Katarina effect, but what exactly would that be good for? That you want to strike something and then move them to the top of your deck. So sort of like a weird recall synergy. I can't think off the top of my head what that would be good with, but it's like it's a weird card because it's a 2 mana card. That's like a one-way single combat, which is good, but then the penalty for that is the fact that they move to the top of your deck. Now, if you can find something that you don't mind having at the top of your deck, then it becomes a very, very good card indeed. But outside of that, I'm struggling to see the synergy and where that is. It will level up Katarina, but I'm not sure Katarina wants to be played with Bilgewater. Maybe you could find something with, I don't know, Misfortune or something like that. But yeah, interesting. Monster Harpoon is a 6 mana. Deal 5 to a unit. Plunder, I cost 3 less. Ooh. Ooh. So more of a control slower deck. You know, my old Dreadway ramp, sort of more control version with Gangplank and Sejuani. Definitely could use a card like this, you know, where you're plundering a lot. I mean, a 3 mana deal 5 to a unit. That's prime real estate for removal, so that seems pretty good. This is a 6 mana card. I mean, as a 6 mana card, it's like a, you know, obviously like it's probably a worse vengeance, but it's not terrible. 5 will kill, you know, a lot of things that you would normally vengeance anyway. There are some exceptions like Thresh that you know currently you might want to deal with, but it seems pretty decent overall. Succumb to the Cold is a Freljord card, and that is Frostbite an enemy, summon a Frozen Thrall, which is the 1 mana landmark, if I'm not mistaken, of course. Succumb to the Cold. I mean, maybe, you know, I mean, it helps with, you know, potentially landmarks. It helps with like a Draculorn Inquisitor deck. It's going to be an interesting card to play. I think it's perfectly fine as a card, but, you know, you would have to compare this to something like Three Sisters, and think you'd probably want Three Sisters over that because that is similarly a 4 mana sort of, you know, frostbite an enemy if you pick the flash freeze, but also you have the choice of doing other things. So I'm not quite sure that'll make the cut, except for in Draculorn Inquisitor decks. The Wings and the Wave is a 1 mana 0/1. Play me as First Wave or Last Wind. First Wave is up here. When I'm summoned, summon a prey, which is the 0/1. Or you can play Last Wind, which is to play me, kill an ally, which is a 1 mana 3/3. So similar to like a Butcher / 2 0/1s. That seems pretty good because it's an enabler and a payoff card in both senses, and it only costs 1 mana. So if you think you've got, this could just replace Butcher. It wouldn't shock me if this does just replace Butcher, because essentially it's either 2 little chump blockers that you can use, you know, just to chump block, or it's Butcher. So I think that not Jagged Butcher, what's he called? Is it Jagged Butcher? I can't remember the first word of that name, but Butcher will go, I think, in lieu of this, because this seems like a pretty good card to me. You know, the 2 chump blockers, or, you know, a payoff enabler. Of course, you're only going to play it in certain decks, but with Cursed Keeper, and it either becomes like something that you can sacrifice, or the sacrificer itself. That seems to me pretty good. And so I think we will probably be seeing this more often than not. Buried in Ice is a Freljord card, 9 mana, slow. Obliterate each enemy to summon a Frozen Tomb. in its place. So the frozen tombs, I think, are the things that, you know, are the landmarks that they get them 2 turns after. This does obliterate each enemy, but then they're getting it back. So it's kind of like a ruination, but they get things back. But it does obliterate, but then they get them back. So I don't know about that. I don't think that's a very good card. On to the other side. And we have here Ardent Tracker, starting in this top left-hand corner. When you summon an elite, reduce my cost by 1. When you summon an elite, reduce my cost by 1, a 3/5 scout. I love that card. What a great little card that is. Oh, wow. What a wonderful card that is. I love that card. I love elites. It's probably my favorite way to play Demacia, so what a cool little card. And obviously you want to be in an elite deck, but a 3/5 scout, you know, if you're talking about like a 3-mana 3/5 scout, potentially 4/6 with Battlesmith, because it is an elite itself, that's an insane card. That might be the support elite needs. Okay, going on. Cithria, Lady of Clouds. So we get another Cithria card. A 10-mana 10/10 Cithria card. When I'm summoned, double all the allies' power and health and grant them Challenger. Okay. 10 mana. Double their power and health and grant them Challenger. And that's a grant effect. Wait. That is like grant. It's doing it all permanently, I'm pretty sure. Which, yeah, for a 10 mana card, like, you'd hope that they would have something pretty game winning, and I think that is pretty game winning. There's also a 10/10 itself. It's going to be interesting to see if you could play it in any deck, but I mean, as 10 mana cards go, it's probably one of the better ones. You know, it's going to win you the game, which is what you want a 10 mana card to do. So yeah, I guess. I guess so. I guess you could play this. I don't know where you would play it necessarily. Like a big Demacia. Maybe dragons. You know, you could use this in dragons, perhaps. You know, forget Aesol, just win the turn, like win earlier, just with this. That seems actually possible. Yeah, dragons. I could see this in dragons because you're gonna have big units, and you're just gonna want to smack them in the face with a bunch of things. You get up to Cithria, you win. Sounds pretty good. Onto the PNZ cards. Kyrian Sumpworker? Not sure how you say this first name. Kyrian. 2 mana 1/2. Never great, but elusive. When you summon another one of these, obliterate me and transform allied me everywhere into Sumpwork Posse. And Sumpwork Posse is a 2 mana 4/2. Attack, deal 1 to the enemy and enemy nexus. Whoa. Okay, so this is like a copy. This is like a copycat deck. What happens if you recall this? When you summon another, obliterate me and transform. Not to transform. What? I'm not quite sure on how this is going to work. But if you recall this and then just play it again, does that then transform all of them everywhere? Because if it does, then this could be something possible. Because a 4/2 elusive with like this ability, it's pretty, 1, funny, but 2, scary. Really interesting card. I mean, obviously you're gonna have to try and protect this in some way, so you might be in like Targon elusives type thing is what I could see, with some sort of maybe copy format. Maybe you go predict with Dreamer, who knows. Very interesting card though. This is a 1 mana 1/3 Adaptatron 3000, which is a PNC card as well. When you summon a tech, we share keywords. So 1 mana 1/3. I don't think we've ever seen that. And a tech, I'm guessing, is one of Heimerdinger's little bots. Look at the little mustache on it. One of Heimerdinger's little bots. And we share keywords. That seems not that great, but it's a funny card. But it is a 1/3. Is a 1/3 worth playing? No, it's not. It's not. I don't think. It does block Doomkeeper though. It's interesting. Maybe in like a super aggro meta, maybe you'd put this in, but we'll see. So there's Circuit Breaker, which is. Wait, what? What's Circuit Breaker from? The skill? Is this a skill? In PNZ. It doesn't have the little skill thing there. Am I missing something? I don't know. It must be this, right? But the thing doesn't have a little skill thing on it. But anyway. Okay. Incisive Tactician is a Noxus card. 8 mana 4/5 reputation. I cost 6 when I'm summoned rally. We've seen this kind of card before with like you know, the dragon one. Dragon one had the problem that you have to behold the dragon, so it's kind of like you're rallying before you've got all, you know, you want your rally to come afterwards. And I feel similar to this, where are you getting reputation off by turn 6? It's possible, but it wouldn't happen most games, I think. But it's definitely possible. A 6 mana 4/5 that rallies, it could be okay. You'd probably, maybe you play in Civil LeBlanc, you know, because that is the reputation deck, and so there it might make sense. But otherwise, I don't think you'll see this card too much. And then Thrashing Snap is a 1 mana 2/1. When an enemy blocks, give me 3/0 this round. Now that is a card that you definitely will play in all reputation decks. Whoa. When an enemy blocks, give me 3/0 this round. If you got challenges with this, it's like, oh, when enemy blocks me. Oh, okay. 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 I just thought, yeah, I missed the keyword there is me. Still not bad. Still not horrific. If you can get it Challenger some way, you know, obviously that's where you want to be using this. A 1 mana with Challenger, you just, you know, go for it. And that is all of the cards. I'm going to quickly look on Mobalytics in case, you know, you're struggling to read some of these cards, because I know they can be quite small. But otherwise, yeah, we'll just quickly go over them all and give them a quick rating. Okay, so let's just quickly go over them all. They're just here in case you can't read them. So first wave, I think, will be a very, very good card. Yeah, this will be an extremely good card. This isn't the actual card, but it will be very good. Buried in Ice, not so much. Succumbs to the Cold, probably not too much either, I don't think. The Wings and the Wave is the actual card. Yeah, this is a very good card. Monster Harpoon definitely could see some play. I think it'll be pretty good. Bone Skewer might see play. If you can find something that you don't mind moving to the top of your deck, then it definitely could be interesting to see what people can do with this. Wait. If someone goes in to kill one of your things and you do this, it will save it. And you'll probably kill one of their units as well. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, that is but then it moves to the top of your deck, which is getting rid of a draw, so you're going to have to find the right thing. It's an interesting card. Maybe you'll see play. Thrashing Snapper, if you can give it Challenger, will be pretty nice. All other things vulnerable, you know, we talked about Civil LeBlanc, maybe that's where this will be, you know, with vulnerable type things being in there, and then, you know, you just smack them with it and you kill something much more worthy. Incisive Tactician, maybe against Civil LeBlanc, we'll see. Adaptatron 3000, I don't think so. Sumpworks, this is the one, the Kyrene Sumpworker. I'm definitely going to build around this. Because one, it's hilarious. But I think some sort of Targon elusive deck, maybe you have some sort of copy in there as well. / predict, you know, you might go Shurima with it. Could be pretty funny. Yeah, so all of this is I'm feeling this. And then Cithria, Lady of the Clouds. As I say, Dragon seems to me to be the obvious place where you just put this in a big old dragon deck, and you know, you just double everything, you give them all Challenger, and you just beat them down with the odd rally effect in there as well. You'll win very quickly. Ardent Tracker, when you summon an elite, reduce my cost by 1. Seems again pretty good. I will definitely be trying out elites with this in, because this is a strong card. Don't get this wrong. This is a good card, and with, you know, the other elite cards that we got before, there possibly will be an elite deck in there somewhere for people to run a mono Demacia list, I assume. So that's all the cards, and that's me for today. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow, where we'll probably, I assume, get the followers for a champion and then the champion the next day. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.